Hopefully. Galaxy is the most beautiful thing you want to see. And the space is the place you are eager to visit. But it is not perfect as you think. Hello everyone. This is AWZ. Welcome to our channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Enjoy. Terrifying space facts. Space is vast, intriguing, and terrifying. While 99.99% of space is empty, if you come across something substantial, it may kill you or at least disrupt your life. Most of what's genuinely dangerous about space is millions or billions of light years away, so it doesn't touch our daily lives. Space is unpredictable and out of our control, so if a rogue star or black hole decides tomorrow is our time to go, we'll simply have to accept it. In the meanwhile, here are some horrifying truths about the horror picture that is our universe. Nature abhors a vacuum, so she should do something about the astronomically strong vacuum sucking up our galaxy like a spaghetti noodle. Years distant from our Milky Way galaxy is the Great Attractor, whose pleasant name belies its horror. Its gravity can hurl galaxies. Because the Great Attractor is so gravitationally powerful, we're likely on a collision course with it. Remember, nothing in space stays still, including the Milky Way. Our galaxy zips through space at 1.3 million miles per hour. Granted, this won't happen until billions of years, but the cosmos has decided. Sobering as it is, we still don't know what the Great Attractor is, which is terrifying. There doesn't appear to be enough mass surrounding that location to account for all that gravitational pull, and the Great Attractor is nicely buried beneath the Milky Way's zone of avoidance. That's so packed with gases, stars, and space dust that we can't see beyond it, so the Great Attractor remains a mystery beyond the knowledge that it's eternally big and ravenous. Scientists recently captured our first image of these otherwise invisible nightmares, but the Eye of Sauron-looking phenomenon trending in the news isn't the black hole we should be worried about. There's one far closer and far more capable of crushing us without a thought, given the catchy name B31715 plus 425. This entire is traveling across space at around 3 million miles per hour. Most black holes remain tied to their galaxies, but 31715 plus 45 is different. A rogue black hole whose galaxies were blasted apart after collision with a larger galaxy rather than assimilated, B31715 plus 425 instead, it was torn apart and sent hurtling across space, sucking up anything it encountered. It's the intergalactic equivalent of a starving tiger that escaped the zoo and is heading for your backyard. The rogue B31715 plus 425 is currently about 2 billion light years away from us, but at its current zippy speed it could potentially cover that distance mighty fast. If it does come our way, we won't even know because everything around us will instantly disappear. B3.175 plus 4.5 is a million times bigger than the Sun. If it wants to destroy our galaxy, it probably won't come near. World leaders billions of light years away are dangerous, but at least we know they won't kill us in our lifetime. However, anything may instantly destroy our powering technology, putting us back to the Dark Ages with no warning. The Sun emits giant solar flares that can cause cosmic solar storms. These storms hurl millions of kilometers of UV light and energy from the Sun in seconds. If any of these storms hit Earth, the radiation and energy would likely disable and destroy all things electric. Goodbye internet, GPS, TV, and artificial lighting of any kind. we'd be plunged back into pre-technological times, relying on whatever heat and light the Earth provides. It would take years to recover and cost trillions of dollars. In July 2012, it almost happened. The sun threw its most intense solar flare in over 150 years, sending a wave of harmful energy past Earth's orbit. If the sun had thrown its tantrum a week earlier, Earth would have been caught in the crossfire. The world today would be mighty different. You wouldn't be watching this video, nor would I have written and filmed it. Instead, we'd be farming for food and hunting around candles for warmth at night. Our old friends, the dinosaurs, bid farewell to existence thanks to a meteor strike 65 million years ago. If a space rock hit Earth at 25,000 to 160,000 miles per hour, it would cause a succession of calamities, including oxygen suffocation. Dust would kill most life. Modern technology can follow meteors, comets, and asteroids if a solar flare doesn't destroy it first. If we find one nearby, it may inflict enormous harm. We can redirect or eliminate it before it destroys us, but space may and will damage us nonetheless. Well, we think we got a big reminder of that in 2013 when a meteor entered the atmosphere over Russia and broke apart in the rocks, injuring hundreds. But what if it had stayed intact, and if it had been any bigger, untold amounts of life could have perished. Much like an empire conquering new lands to become a bigger empire, there are actually stars so dedicated to becoming bigger, brighter stars they ate nearby stars to become bigger. Imagine a supermassive Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat sucking his opponent's souls to stay forever young. This kind of life isn't meant to last long, and indeed these vampire stars are on a collision course with Boom. Once it sucks up enough of its partner star's energy, the smaller star will be left a cold, lifeless husk, and the vampire star will likely explode in a spectacular supernova. It's scary, so don't overeat. Take the original Superboy's super vacuum, where nothing, not even dark matter, exists. Scientists estimate the original supervoid, also known as the CMV cold spot, measures 500 million light-years across. A light-year spins roughly 5.88 trillion miles, so multiply that by 500 million and realize there's an entire section of space with nothing around. NASA has yet to discover anything in the universe larger than that. Some believe the emptiness is the universe's greatest black hole. Others think it formed when a parallel universe collided with our own, stamping out any matter caught in the middle of a multiverse. While this theory is far-fetched, it's as plausible as any other explanation for the void's eerie existence. As dismal as it sounds, Earth will soon see a starless sky at night. In a few billion years, our galaxy will merge with others, leaving nothing but blackness. Other galaxies will move away from us as we keep them away. As the cosmos expands, it will do so quicker and faster, eventually making it impossible for humans to observe them. In billions of years, if humans are still alive, they'll see the sun, moon, and a few additional dots. Our distant grandchildren will see the cosmos as a little puddle of stars and an unending changeless void, according to Scientific American. It's not as romantic as a backlit canopy, but more practical. Not everything terrifying about space is millions or billions of kilometers away. Sometimes space can screw with us right in front of your eyes. In 2016, astronaut Scott Kelly returned to Earth after a year aboard the International Space Station to find he was a completely different person. Scientists tested his DNA and found that his genetic composition had radically altered compared to when he initially departed Earth. This meant that Scott Kelly was practically a new guy and no longer possessed an identical twin brother. Astronaut Mike Kelly looked precisely like him a year later because space willed it, but experts feel space is strange and taxing on the body. That may affect our cells' basic biochemistry, altering them, as occurred to Scott Kelly. He's no longer 2 inches taller than his brother, but his DNA remains altered and will likely remain so for the rest of his life. Chances are you won't perish in space from a black hole or solar flare. If you experience decompression, you are more likely to die from exposure to space's vacuum, which sounds horrible. In 1965, they'll die. A Houston technician worked in a vacuum chamber. He broke a hose. His spacesuit quickly depressurized. Unconscious, however. Even if others were there to repressurize his suit, the brief exposure to space injured the guy. After passing out, he couldn't taste for 4 days. Even a few seconds more in the vacuum may have been deadly. Let's end this film with a horrifying cosmic truth that only exists because of us. Look up at the night sky and know that amid the stars and lights are likely countless dead bodies. In the early days of space exploration, we sent dogs, cats, rats, flies, rabbits, frogs, and even a chimpanzee into space to see what would happen. Tragically, many animals died in space, and many are still stuck in spacecrafts that never return to Earth, doomed to drift forever through space alone and forgotten. Even creepier is how many failed human missions met the same fate. These spacecrafts imply countless doomed Major Toms are stranded up there in their tin cans for all eternity or until the sun roasts them to dust. What do you think about space? Drop your comment on the comment section. This is all for now. Thank you for being with us. Check out other videos. Enjoy.